So when I had my first sighting of a UFO, a luminous astral being, I was laying in bed and I was looking out through a large window in my old room, and I was actually wondering if there is a God. You could say my thoughts were verging on some form of happy agnosticism, where I was just like, fuck, maybe there really may not be a God. And all these years I was trying to research all the world religions and stuff. I was just sort of imagining things, but I thought to myself, at least it was good that I was imagining this, because it ultimately, even if there isn't one, it pays off, because I was aligning myself with higher truths and good wisdom, etc., and good morals. And then one of these luminous beings appeared. It came out of a higher dimension, came from a higher dimension, sort of popping into existence, as it were, in front of me in the sky. It was a cloudless night, and it went into this sideways U shape that you see here, kind of going like that, right? And so thoughts that we have are really like a two-way street, if you will. Influences can come in, and our thoughts are also being sent out. So higher beings are on the other side of this communication, on the other side of this phone, if you will. And in this case, it is like telepathy. The word telepathy describes this relationship that we have with these higher beings the best. That they can simply hear all of our thoughts. And so when we're having a deeper spiritual thought and we're actually sort of projecting this thought towards the sky, the thought sometimes might be answered by an actual higher being. And so another occasion that I had later in life, by a couple years, was I was wondering actually if humans have souls. And this question also led to another sighting of a similar variety, where it was bright. It wasn't one of the dimmer type of lights that we see sometimes with some of the orbs when we see them from afar. Now, I understand that a lot of these orbs, when they're very close, they're very bright. But this was much brighter. This was brilliant, right? Both of these sightings that I've referred to so far, my first sighting and this sighting a couple years later, both had that same intense brightness. And so I was wondering very deeply, asking questions like, did you guys create me? Or, do I have a soul, and this type of thing? And then they manifested, or it manifested, perhaps I should say, in front of me. And so I know that they do, in fact, hear all of our thoughts. They are like all the omni words in the English language. They are omnipotent and omniscient, and they can hear all thoughts. And so this is the way that humans can communicate with higher beings. It would be on the level of thought. In fact, I would basically say that speaking out loud it's really ineffective, because I've never personally spoke out loud during these sightings. So I find it most effective to simply think. And perhaps the only way you would know if this was occurring is if you were looking at the sky. So perhaps projecting thoughts at the sky is the right way of trying to explain this.